Yeah, well, this is a weird feeling.
3 points
3 points podcast.
at home.
Yeah, weird.
Wow.
Clean sheet.
Clean sheet.
Scored more than one goal.
Cora on the score sheet. Didn't play like shit.
Saw 3 balls hit the back of the net. One of them was disallowed.
Volleyball. FC.
Back set, baby.
Bro, I didn't even celebrate. I was like,
There's
bruh.
something this here.
The people that celebrated, like, do you need glasses?
And then they
Not
were
even
like,
that, but the fact that they're complaining afterwards.
Yeah.
they were like, ref, what the fuck? I'm like, bro.
just look. He said it.
Now, the finish, it's clean as fuck. To take it down and hit it off the half volley like that.
I mean, if you're going to set someone up that nicely, you got to hit it.
So,
What was a better moment, the finish or the set? Because the set found its
Oh, the
way to the
set.
player.
the set was fantastic, but it would be wrong to discredit the finish by a CDM of Cesar Araujo's ability. You know, to be able to take it down off your chest and hit it like that with that much pace, and it was beautiful.
A good point, but a football player who doesn't use his hands for anything to have it set inch perfect, magical.
Man of the match. Give him just off that alone right there is the reason he's in the team of the week.
Facts.
The form
Facundo.
was extraordinary,
bench, yeah.
too.
The
The form.
Oh,
You
for
said.
that, yeah.
No, Carr is on the bench. Facundo is in the team.
Nah.
Mhm.
Oh, maybe yeah. So I think the only one that I saw was this week in MLS's, or someone else's. And Facundo was on the bench, and Mikey Holiday actually made it in his team of the week at right back. So pretty good match too.
Yeah, the MLS team of the week. Facundo is in at the right wing spot, which
Just didn't play right wing.
just didn't play there. But hey, he's in the team.
We'll take it.
And then Carr's on the bench, which
Cara.
I guess we'll just go ahead and start off with that because it has been a very hot talking point within this fan base. We're not active on Twitter, or on Facebook, but apparently the OC Facebook people are having their way with that celebration. Let's go ahead and just start off with that. The celebration.
Having their way. What do you mean?
Like
They're not happy.
They're not
with
happy.
it.
not happening.
Bro, Facebook is always like that. That's why you don't go on Facebook. They're always so extra.
The Karens.
Yes. Well,
Fair.
Yeah.
All right. So, thoughts on the celebration?
Love it.
To be fair, I didn't really like it at first, but after seeing him do it like multiple times at other clubs, I'm like, that's just something he does.
Yeah.
It's not direct, maybe not directly to us.
So it's like I said to him, I didn't really have a problem with it until he did it a second time. It's like you score, you start shushing everybody as you're walking over. That's great, man. But then you look back at the wall one more time and then you shush. It's like, all right, you made your point, buddy. Like, let's not do it again. Let's just not do it again. You made your point. We hear you. You hear the hate. You hear everything. We get it, my guy. But also, you're a DP number 9, so we hold you to that standard for a reason. Because, one, we've seen him do it. He produced overseas. You know what I mean? We know he can score. So it's just figuring that out. You know, he's got to get it figured out here. Like, we know he can be a quality player in the right system. But can he be a quality player, period, end of story?
I think we saw even not last night, Saturday night, that he can be a quality player. He showed those flashes and moments. The finish, keeper could have done better, yeah, but it was a good front post run. And then not but 5 minutes later, he made that same run. Ball didn't get there. I think Mikey just put it right at the defender. But like you see moments where he's making good runs, and then we were just talking before we started recording about how he makes just very direct runs that are easy for defenders to read. And there's just a lot of that, like the intangibles that he doesn't have of knowing where a defender is going to be. Does he like try to play mind games, and does he like try to throw the defender off, be a step ahead, kind of thing? And even you were saying going to Benzema, obviously we're not at that quality, never will be, but it's just like body feints. You see Jeremy Obobisi do it. To give an MLS example, that's not Benzema, or just Raul Rui Diaz does it really well too. Gets behind a defender, moves one way, sends a defender that way, but then makes a run elsewhere
run,
to get open.
Like that, yeah.
Then it's just up to whoever's crossing the ball or passing it to him to find him. And if Kara could learn that, like you say, or like a lot of people say, he just ball on a platter to him and he'll finish it. So if he can learn to
Create
get defenders away,
space.
create space, it's a better way of putting it, then I think he can be a very good striker for us. But until he learns to do that, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, no, I agree. 3 big gripes that I have with him. It took him too long to get into the game. 20 minutes is too long to start feeling your way into a game. And
What minute was the goal? Because I want to say 30, but
something.
Late 30-ish?
yeah, I was gonna say.
I'll say for 30 minutes, he
38.
felt really stale up top.
I will say, like, for a good 10 minutes before his goal, you saw something change in him. He was getting more involved in the game. Their movement was better. There seemed to be a little bit more of an edge to him. It takes him too long to get into the game, in my opinion, which, again, comes with chemistry within the team and minutes and stuff like that. Like, again,
coming off injury, to be fair.
I'm going to give him a little bit of a break there, but the directness of the runs, like we said, that's my thing. You gotta be creating space for yourself, not just making a run and hoping for that space. But then he never holds the ball up.
He was doing it a lot last game.
He doesn't hold it up.
He was taking it off his chest and flicking it onto somebody else.
The amount of
flicking
chest flicks that we try to see him do, and one came off.
That's not holding up the ball.
One came off his chest. I saw it at least 3 times last match. Maybe 2.
There's many opportunities throughout that game, especially in the first half, because Galaxy gave us a ton of space for us
The whole game.
to literally send that ball up, for him to take it down on his chest and just hold the ball up and let players get further up the field. But we saw him, like we said, the chest flick or try to flick the ball on or something like that. That's something that just frustrates the hell out of me.
You're not here to be the flare.
Yeah, take the ball down, my guy. Just hold the ball up, make the smart pass, then make your run. The basics of football.
Like, it doesn't even have to be held up for a long time. Like, he has the idea of getting it quick, but you don't have to flick it with your chest. Take it down, take another touch, and then play it. Right? It's more likely that that'll come off rather than you trying to flick it with your chest.
Now, what?
No.
You look like you want to say
Oh yeah,
something.
because you're on your knees hoping that he comes into this room.
No, I just think he's a good player. And then whenever he does something good, you guys choose to find 5 things he does bad.
Because there's 5 things that he does bad, 2 the one good.
Bro, he was probably our fucking best player on Saturday.
No, Facundo.
No, bro.
He was man
He-
of the match on Foot Mob. Kara.
Kara?
Yeah.
Facundo was better throughout that match than Kara was, in my opinion.
There's a debate to be had.
But it's not like I'm saying he had a bad performance. I'm saying there's
Things that he can do better
there's
on.
3 things, and there's a reason why I'm not convinced on him yet. He had a good game. He deserves the start next week. Absolutely. And he deserves to get to start until he loses that spot. He's the in-form guy right now. Duncan gets hurt. Injuries happen. You know what I mean? So now it's next man up. He performs. He gets the reps the next week. But that's why I'm not convinced on him yet. You know what I mean? Because there's still these gaps in his game that, you know what I mean? Are we ever going to see him get through? What's the conversation we're having?
If Kai Havertz were to score a hat trick next
Please,
week,
buddy.
stop. If
I
Kai
know.
Havertz were to score a hat trick next week, would you be back on your knees hoping that he starts every single game?
No.
So what's the difference with
Kai
Carr?
Havertz has
What's
been
the difference with Carr? What's the
fucking
difference?
playing every single game.
Say it again. Sorry.
Havertz has been playing every single game.
Out of position, yes. All right. So 2 years ago, if Timo didn't score 12 games in a row and then he went off and scored a hat trick, would you then be back and wanting him to start every single match, saying he's the best player?
Right now? Yes.
Said-
Because we need to
I
fucking
said 2
score.
years. Stop it. 2 years ago.
It's
No. So what's the difference?
too small of a sample size to make a decision that he is the guy or isn't the guy. Yes, he had a good game.
Exactly. Yeah, and what you're
Against
saying
a-
is correct.
Very,
Poor.
very poor team.
Without their star DP in the middle.
Okay, so why can't that be the game that kicks off his season?
Well, it could be the game that catapults our whole season.
Guess what happened last year when we played the Galaxy and Carson?
yeah,
Facundo and Cara combined and
yeah.
played well. And then what happened after that?
He scored 12 more
He
goals.
shat the bed. It was inconsistent. That's what it is for
Our
him. It's
whole
just
fucking
inconsistency.
team was inconsistent, though.
But you expect your DPs to be the players that aren't inconsistent. Facundo eventually got to the point where he was the only one doing anything. But then Cara was just there like, meh, I'm just getting paid a lot.
That's what it boils down to, I think, and that's why he gets so much pressure and so much heat is because he is the DP number 9. You
Pretty
know
sure
what
he's
I
our
mean?
highest paid player.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the expectation is there, and there's always going to be pressure on people like that. Like at every single level of the game, if you get signed for a big money contract, whatever that is in the terms of your league, there's going to be pressure on that player
Mhm.
from that fan base, from the league, from the team. Like, so
Would you rather us not have expectations?
No, I want y'all to have expectations, but when he has a game like he had last night, and he scored that goal,
He didn't play Sunday night.
or fucking
Sorry.
damn.
Yeah,
Sunday was a blur. Sorry.
So when he has a game like that, you want us to what?
Be fine with him shushing fans at the game.
If that's his celebration, because you send the pictures in.
It's it's something he's always done, and it doesn't bother me as much. It's like I said, it's the fact that you do it twice.
There's no need to turn around the second time.
That's the only.
Yes, there is, because you got you yelling at him every time he misses in warm-ups.
Because I'm sorry, you were doing the same thing. At like the 23rd minute, you were like, I'm done with him. Get him off the pitch. And now here you are. It's so, not trying to start anything, but hypocritical as shit because you were saying, I'm done with him. But then he scores one goal and you're back to just wanting him to start every single match.
I think we all want him to succeed.
Yes.
Is what it is, and that's what it boils down to. People have a different way of expressing it. You know what I mean? But trust me, it's like we just said, man. Like, yes, Galaxy is a fantastically poor team, but that who's to say that this couldn't be what is the catapult for our season? You know what I mean? Like, yes, we've been sitting here in this room and been like, Oscar's not the guy. We don't want Oscar to be the guy. We still don't want Oscar to be the guy. But if he goes on a 10-game win streak,
Then you got to give some faith.
then
back
I'm
to him.
going to be like, you know what? Maybe he's not the guy moving forward, but he's here for the year type of thing.
So why can't it be the same with Cara? It's one game, but like just give him like if he doesn't score in the next 5 matches or doesn't have a goal contribution in the next 5 matches, then what are your thoughts?
Hopefully, McGuire's healthy.
So then he's back to not being the guy.
Yeah, but you have to give him the opportunity to become that guy.
I'm pretty sure all three of us are sat here saying that he should start the next match, correct?
Over Enrique, yes.
Yeah.
If Duncan's healthy to go full 90, I'd rather have Duncan start.
No.
But he's not going to, so Ericon Cara's going to start. Yeah.
So we're giving him a chance, but I'm still expecting inconsistency because that's all I know from him. So I can't get too excited.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, my biggest problem with Cara is the fact that, from my research just now, he's making $1.86 million a year.
It's a lot of money for
Hani Mukhtar is making $1.6 million a year. For that
Yeah.
kind of money, you'd expect Ercan Cara to be,
outperforming Hani.
One of the
Exactly.
best strikers in the league.
for him to have
Dog.
13 goals and 5 assists on a season.
Different
Yeah.
different position.
And you have a fucking competent coach that knows how to set up his best players to have an advantage in the game. You play around your DPs. We play whatever the fuck he plays.
So I went back and watched the game a little bit, and the team looks so much better with Facundo in the middle.
So this is a conversation shift to Mo.
Yeah. It's gotta start talking. We gotta start, and even Oscar Pereira acknowledged it in one of his press conferences, saying like maybe he shouldn't be so stubborn and start listening and playing Facundo. Yeah, right.
We're seeing change.
Start playing Facundo in that spot in a position that he's comfortable and has played before. Like, he came out and said it. But you watch that team, and it's like we've been calling, like I've been saying on here, we need that person to drop into that space in the midfield, whether it's on either half or even just dropping into the back line. You see Facundo getting involved on both wings. Then he's able to do what he likes to do, cut back into the middle of the field, and guess what? He's not out of position now, and the midfield's not clogged because he's getting back into position. Ojeda is still drifting inside.
Yeah.
It looks to be semi-tactical, though, you know what I mean? Because you see Mikey flying up that wing. So, I don't know. That's, again, it's Oscar. We don't really know what he's trying to do. He's changing things week in and week out, which, good. You need to change things. You need to find what works.
Mm-hmm.
But Mo's, yeah, like I said, from the beginning, Mo is what is basically holding this up, I feel like, right now, from transitioning the ball from defense to attack. Thoughts?
I think it might be more of a thing where the opponents just know what to expect from him at his age right now. I feel like every time he gets a ball, he'll try to hold off a player and look to make a long ball.
Mm.
So,
There's no connection. It's just hit it and hope.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which he can do every once in a while, and his long balls they've been good, but I just feel like teams easily
Anticipated.
yeah. Also, I have another question. Off topic from this. When we went up 2-0, I looked at you and I said, if Oscar wants to stay, I want to see us continue to attack. You said you wanted to see 5 chances. I think we had 3 or 4.
No, I think I said I want to see 3 like clear-cut
Yeah.
chances, and I think we had 2.
That's
So
better than before.
we saw our team not give up. You know what I mean? Even when we went up by 2 goals, we continued to attack and do those type of things. But
But realistically, like, how much of that comes down to the Galaxy having really nothing going on in attack? Like, yes, we played well. I'm not taking anything away from that, but let's be honest,
no, I mean, and
they didn't look great.
that's why we can't get too far ahead of ourselves, is because we do have to understand the situation that the Galaxy are in. It's not like they are top tier anything right now.
They're still above Sporting Kansas City.
Okay. Okay. There's no need for that.
Yeah, they're just. Sorry, Kavincho.
You just feel
Sorry,
bad.
bud. Yeah, sorry, but
Dog, he flamed us on Twitter.
Huh?
Orlando City fans, that video he posted. The one where St. Louis guy popped up
Oh, then.
and
yeah.
we popped up.
Is that? How does that hurt us? though? Was that?
I'm not saying it hurts us. He
Oh, you
just
said he
said sorry to
flamed us.
Convincio, and I was like, well, he flamed Orlando on Twitter. So
Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like, how is that flaming us?
I don't know why the fuck. You were the fucking one on Twitter that was like, oh, what the fuck do we do?
No, I said, well, what did we miss? And because it was just him and an Orlando City kid, I'm pretty sure it was, I think, in the context that I took, it was him switching over to support another team.
No.
All right, never mind. All right, let's just move on. You had a comparison. You compared him to Hani Mukhtar. I went
confused.
to Gustavo Bo. I'm comparing their stats last season. Kara had a 6.8 average rating. Bo 7.3. Kara had 180 more minutes. 10 more matches played. Only 3 more goals scored and only 1 more assist. Bo had 12 more shots on target. 8% more shot accuracy. 1.2 more shots per 90. 0.8 more shots on target per 90. There's just a quality difference in them that I just think Carr is lacking. Like, he can do things right, but the fundamentals to make him a very good striker in this league and score goals consistently is missing. And that's when you see the likes of Gustavo Bo, Abogasi, Chicharito if he has a good season. Like, even Dennis Buwanga. I'd never heard of this kid before he came here, and now he's killing it.
Like they got a diamond out of nowhere.
So the difference, I guess, I would say, again, coming to Carr's defense, and again, you guys know how I feel about him. So this is me not jumping on the board with him and stuff like that. Your first year in a league, you expect there to be an adjustment period, and there to be time where things are not going great for you. And with how inconsistent our team was last year, I feel like that could play into the acclimation period and stuff like that for a player like that. Now, second year with the team, that's when you expect to, this is where you found your stride. There's not going to be this adjustment period. You're coming in firing. You're starting from day one. So hopefully, he's found his footing. He's not, he had strings of injuries and stuff like that kept him out of the team last year. So it's like, who knows? Maybe he's going to prove everybody wrong and stuff like that.
29 matches in the league last year out of, 36, 38?
4.
Right.
34?
Yeah.
So he only missed 5 matches.
He only missed 5 matches, but how many of those, you know what I mean? Like where it's he played and then he got hurt, or he would play every single game with a different team where it's a different midfield every single week, or we've got a different back line every single week, or we're playing with a different top 3 every single. So it's like those things play into it, and especially when you're coming into a new league and a new country and stuff like that. The adjustment period, that may prolong the adjustment period, you know what I mean? Where it's not, what to expect, you know what I mean? Like you come into training, this is what you're taught to do. You're going to come in and week out and do the same thing. Like if you transition to a new job and they changed what you had to do every single day on you, how long would it take you to adjust to feeling comfortable in a new job?
Yeah,
a couple months.
Yeah, it would take you a couple months, right? So
12 months later.
We're 12 months later. Let's see what we have now. You know what I mean? He hasn't really truthfully gotten the opportunity. You know what I mean?
and now he's the most experienced striker in our locker room.
So, look, he's our DP, man. Like, he performed well. Again, like, the comments that I had are just my gripes that I have with him as a player in general. Ways that he can advance his game.
Mm-hmm.
Things that are holding him back from being a good player right now.
Yeah.
But he deserves the shot, man. Like, he deserves the shot, and he deserves a good run of games. I said it at the beginning of the year. He didn't get the opportunity because he got hurt. But I said I wanted to see him start the first 5 games. He needed to have 4 goal contributions, I think is what I said, across those 5 games. And I wouldn't have an issue with him. If you didn't have 4 goal contributions across 5 games, that's when I was going to go on to the next guy to see if he could do that. Because I feel like that's not a lot to ask.
Duncan has 4, and I don't know how many matches.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like that's not a lot to ask, especially of a striker.
Comps or just in general? I think he has 5 with an assist.
Duncan?
Mm-hmm.
Either way,
Or,
in 5
4 with an
appearances, you know
assist.
what I mean?
5 contributions.
In the
yeah.
league, 6 matches, 3 goals, 1 assist.
Fuck. But in all comps.
Who?
But so that, I feel like that's not a lot to ask, especially from somebody in that position, to across 5 games to score or assist 5 times.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
So he never really got that opportunity. So I feel like, all right, he came in on this next week. Let's give him 5 games. You know what I mean? If he can stay healthy, let him start the next 5 games unless he does something atrociously wrong, you know what I mean, that you need to be pulled out of the game. Let him get comfortable in the team and see what he can do.
But if he just doesn't play well next match,
then he's obviously got to be rotated out.
Thing is, the month of May is going to be kind of every other day when you think about it now. Just a look ahead at the fixtures, some of the games that you said he should play the next 5. The next 5 we have, we play Montreal.
Patrick.
Montreal away, right? Oh, was at home?
Bro, it should be. They're fucking tragic.
Yeah.
Montreal's away.
We're away.
Montreal's away. Left is always away.
I know, but like, why? No, because this.
We got to
That's
stretch
away
it
in
to
the
away
Open Cup.
games 3
Oh.
because of the Open Cup.
I'm an idiot. Hold on. Yeah, Montreal away on the 6th. Charlotte away on the 9th. Columbus away on the 13th. And NYCFC on the 17th at home. So 4 games in 11 days. It's going to be a rough period.
But he hasn't seen the field a whole lot up until this point. So he shouldn't be having tired legs at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's no way he's going to start 4 out of 4 games.
No, I mean, obviously in that stretch of games he's not going to. Somebody else is going to come in, but he should be starting, 3 out of those 4 matches in my opinion. He starts 2, gets a rest on the 3rd, and then he'll start the 4th.
Mm-hmm. It also depends on the form of the other strikers. If Duncan comes in and plays well, then maybe he scores 2 goals in the first half. Then he's coming off in the 60th minute, so he gets rest and can start the next match. And it just depends on who has, like you said, the high hand or who's just in form and can score goals for us, really. That's what it's about.
So we'll talk about the top-class performance by Robin Johnson. The man
Sweet is back.
How about
pocketed
both of
him.
them?
Yeah, Antonio was phenomenal too.
AC had some brilliant fucking tackles. The one where I think it was Chicha,
Probably.
fake shotted.
No,
Antonio bit.
That was Robin.
That was Robin.
That was Robin.
Yeah, he slid and planted and was able to get back when he cut the ball back, and
That
put
was
himself in front
fucking
of him.
stupid. Like,
Incredible.
almost
Robin,
inhumane.
even Chicha came out and said something about the defense. Like in his interview, he was like, "They gave me no space. I had no room to work." Now that comes down to Costa not doing anything for him as
That's
well.
that's a story of his LA Galaxy career.
That is, again, Galaxy are pitiful, and it is epitomized by him on the pitch. Going back and watching that game, there were roughly 8 different moments in that game where he was just seen walking, but their team is on a counter. Seen walking because he wasn't given the ball. The ball was held up, it was passed to somebody else, and he just goes, fuck it. Like they're playing with 2 up top, and he just says nothing.
It's literally what his career has been there. I don't think the fans have no love for him now. I think he just went down to Brazil. It was almost the same thing in Brazil, I think, if I'm not incorrect. And now he's come back here because I was alone down in Gremio, and he's doing the same thing. So that's kind of like as you said, epitomizes the Galaxy currently. But it's just poor from Douglas Costa.
But yeah, Antonio, great to see him back. Great to see him healthy. It was him who pinged that ball out to Mikey, right? On the goal. He has the hockey assist on that goal.
It's a great question.
I believe it was him, or it
Where the
was.
fuck do you even find the hockey assists?
You don't.
You have to go back and watch the highlight.
We'll give it to Antonio anyways.
But a couple times throughout the match, you see him switching the field of play, getting the ball out wide, playing the ball beautifully, like putting it on a platter for these guys. Somebody else who had a great game, Cartagena.
I mean, it was just a good game all around, really.
He looked like what we've wanted Caesar to be for us this entire season, but we haven't seen from him.
So instead of an Araujo Felipe midfield in the future, could it be a Cartagena Felipe?
Well, like a
As
Felipe
Araujo.
Dagger Dan.
Or even Dagger Dan in there, yeah. I don't know, but if Cartagena is really playing this well and he's on form, then
He's got to get minutes, you know what I mean?
Cartagena, Dagger Dan.
I didn't hate the Caesar Cartagena midfield either, though, because Cartagena is willing to get forward. He's shown it, you know what I mean? Like he gets forward.
But Cartagena's passing range is better than Caesar's.
So I didn't hate it, and it's good to have that defensive solidarity when Facuno's running all over the place. So
It's a really good problem to have.